Debates about the roles of prisons, whether they're to punish people or rehabilitate them, have been raging for hundreds of years. In 1789, the Walnut Street Prison in Philadelphia became the first in the United States to introduce the idea of educating incarcerated people using religious and vocational instruction as a means of rehabilitation. This form ultimately failed, but the conversation of how to best prepare the incarcerated to re-enter society continued. In the late 1800s, another form of prison education took hold, which emphasized vocational studies and indeterminate sentencing. It found enough success that by the 1930s, similar education programs existed in most prisons around the country, paving the way for college-level prison education programs to become common. Meanwhile, rising college costs made it difficult for individuals to pursue an education. To help students pay for college, President Lyndon B. Johnson introduced the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, FAFSA, in 1965, allowing both incarcerated and non-incarcerated students to apply for educational loans from the government. One type of need-based federal student aid is the Pell Grant. It is the primary form of financial assistance to incarcerated students, and unlike a loan, it does not need to be repaid. In 1994, the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act stripped incarcerated individuals of their ability to apply for Pell Grants, because the government felt that the American taxpayers should not have to fund the education for those convicted of crimes. This bill remained in place for more than 20 years, until 2015, when the Second Chance Pell Initiative once again made Pell Grants available to the incarcerated in a limited number of pilot sites. Based on the success of that test program, the decades-old ban was officially lifted with the 2020 FAFSA Simplification Act, and will be fully available in 2024. To receive a Pell Grant, applicants must first fill out the FAFSA. The form is complicated and long. For non-incarcerated students, the FAFSA might be completed online in as little as 1 hour. Incarcerated students, without internet access, must fill out a paper form that can sometimes take days to complete. Other challenges for incarcerated students include access to a parent or guardian's financial records, lack of access to personal files and tax records, and limited access to phone and email to communicate with family members about necessary documentation. To ease the burden, the FAFSA Simplification Act reduces the number of questions on the form from 108 to 36, and simplifies the process in several ways. It no longer requires male applicants under 26 to register with the Selective Service System, and the requirement to provide information about drug-related convictions, which had previously made certain applicants ineligible to receive student aid, was removed. By reinstating the eligibility for Pell Grants and simplifying the FAFSA, hundreds of thousands of incarcerated students will once again be able to afford college while completing their sentences. Even with the simplified form, though, advocates for criminal justice reform say that barriers remain for incarcerated students who wish to receive financial aid, and there are many more ways the FAFSA process should be streamlined.